What's going on? Welcome back to Team FIA, the main event podcast. I'm here. My name is 97 Jonnyboy. I'm here with my co-host
Sauvage at Corn.
And it's been a couple months since we actually did one of these. We're quite busy with other things, but we'll hopefully keep trying to get down to a more consistent schedule. Just maybe a short 10 to 15 minute little podcast here talking about some wrestling and combat sports news.
Combat sports.
So, did you watch Raw last night?
Very little of it, bits and pieces, but I got enough to formulate an opinion on it. It was an okay show.
Alright, hit me with that Raw report.
Well, Shane came out. He said, he basically said what everyone on the internet says. He says that Vince has a whole bunch of talent on the roster with wasted talent. He says that he's lost touch with reality, himself and his fans. And Vince came out, brought a picture of him and his son when he was little, and said, "You know what, son? You're not my son anymore." He basically just drops the picture and steps on it, then calls security. Shane then fights off the security with some horrible worked punches, the punch I've ever seen in all my life.
Awesome.
Throws him out the ring, and yeah. That's pretty much all for the first segment.
That's funny. I know that Shane wasn't the greatest worker when wrestling. I guess like in
he was okay.
Yeah, he was okay. Like I know he wasn't bad. Like he's not a professional, for fuck's sake. Like I knew he did pretty damn well.
He did. He was very, very impressive in the ring. A lot of people didn't expect that from him when he first showed up. A lot of people were, "Oh, look at him. He's probably going to be like Stephanie or whatever." But
yeah, thank God. I'm so tired of them, Vince, Stephanie, and Triple H and whatnot. But
look on the bright side. On Monday last night, you had Dolph Ziggler come out. He had posted a tweet saying that something impactful going to happen on Raw, like Shane going to do something impactful, or in just like the last time I beat the Authority or something like that, something to that effect. And
wow, when he beat the Authority a year and a half ago at Survivor Series?
He said Shane is going to make the Authority more relevant since the last time I beat them at Survivor Series in 2014. Then he was asked to delete it. Then I guess it was just as part of the story or whatever, and Stephanie's like, "I don't remember that because I'm still here as your boss." And she puts him in like a handicap match which he loses, so I'm like, what's the point?
Probably for exactly that, just to make them lose, just to punish them. For WWE, for some reason, when you go against what they want you to do, they'll punish you on TV for some reason and just destroy your character, which I guess somehow benefits them, or I guess revenge. I've seen this happen multiple times.
Like, I understand if you're a villain, you're supposed to make people hate you, but after a certain point, you're supposed to lose. You know, you're supposed to, like, get your comeuppance. Yeah. Like, I understand. Let's look at comic books. You have the Joker. He does really horrific things, but he always gets to comeuppance. He always gets beat up,
eventually goes to prison.
Exactly. Or sometimes he dies, depending on the story.
When will Triple H die or go to prison? Please tell me. Please tell me.
If he dies or goes to prison, he'll just be back the next week.
There you go. Like, yeah, that's the thing.
Like, there's no continuity with the story or with the Authority getting punished. It's like, how can you punish someone who's on top of everything? You know, just go straight to the top.
Right? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna have the same fucking angle. It's like, oh, you gotta fight up against the fucking ladder, and at the very top of the ladder, that's Triple H. You'll have to face him. And it's just like why? When you're just gonna be back next day.
Exactly. Especially, that's why I really don't understand the whole Sting thing. Like, when they lost, it should have been the whole Authority thing was over at that point. Still didn't happen. They got brought back not long after. About 4 weeks after Survivor Series, they got brought back by Lord Cena.
Yeah, for some fucking reason. What a dipshit.
I mean, he loves Edge. He loves him Buddy Edge. He didn't want to see Seth Rollins break his neck. Which apparently wasn't going to happen anyway, because right when Rollins was actually going to do it, Cena jumped in the ring and stopped him.
Yeah, why did you just do that, you fucking idiot? You can have a redo. It's like, never mind, I was joking. Anyways, we got, is that pretty much it on... I saw a little bit of it looked like a pretty damn good tag team match between The New Day and, Y2J and Chris Jericho. I mean, yeah, and AJ Styles.
I mean, a lot of people, I had heard a lot of rave reviews about it, but I myself didn't watch. I was doing something else. I was rather preoccupied, but I heard it was good.
I saw a little bit of it. I really liked it. The crowd was super into it, which I'm not surprised because they were in Chicago.
It's a Chicago crowd, yeah. It was a shock.
I saw a fucking gif of Ryback doing the stupid CM Punk shit still, like, a year and a half after the podcast. Like, come on, man.
Well, I guess you got to get that heat somehow. I mean, he's not doing anything else.
Yeah, it's like pretty much his heat angle. It's just to act like CM Punk, and therefore he will get boos. Man, it's a great idea.
Yeah, I
Great
mean,
idea.
He got nothing else going for him, so yeah.
Yeah, poor Ryback.
I mean, wait, was that before or after the Kalisto thing? Because
He's been doing the Punk moves for a while. For a couple months, like 2 months.
I'm talking about when he spoke to Kalisto, because I know he spoke to Kalisto last night and said, well, being in a tag team only holds you back. And
that was like 3 weeks ago or something.
No, that was this
week. When he dropped out of the tag team?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. Maybe he told Kalisto last night about it.
He told him, like, oh, it only holds you back. I'm like,
well, this is true, especially when you're going for the U.S. Championship. Sin Cara will hold Kalisto back.
Of course.
That is a true statement.
Unless you want to get double booked for every single night.
Yeah, which is not good. You're just pretty much fucking over your tag team partner, man.
Yeah, but what does that mean coming from him?
I don't know. He has no tag team success whatsoever. Ryback, who gives a fuck?
Like, if Shawn Michaels came out of nowhere and said being in a tag team only holds you back, then that'll hold some serious weight right there.
Yeah, but Ryback, the man who has held nothing in his entire career besides the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
Alright. So, is that Raw? Please tell me that's it for Raw.
That's pretty much it for Raw. Other than, the ending, which was kind of weird, I suppose. He was put, Dean Ambrose was put against the League of Nations. He kind of lost or got disqualified or something. It doesn't really matter.
And nope.
Triple H came out. Oh, no. That was wrong. That was last week. The Wyatt family. The Wyatt family came out. It was Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. Went to a no contest. Triple H came out. They had a stare down with the Wyatts. Triple H had a stare down with the Wyatts. People are like, yes, and we want to see that. And then they just leave.
Awesome. Maybe set up for something like, yeah, let's keep showing these things, like previewing these things that people want to see, like Dean Ambrose versus Triple H or Triple H versus Bray Wyatt. But no, we're getting Roman versus Triple H at WrestleMania 32 as of right now.
WWE's like, maybe we'll give you what you want later.
Maybe they're just feeling out the crowd, what the people.
And yeah, that's what they're doing.
Maybe if they do put Bray Wyatt in that spot, maybe they'll like just be completely against it. It's like, what has Bray Wyatt done? He doesn't deserve it. Like, I bet something.
I mean, well, even then, that doesn't make any sense because he's a heel. So Triple H is also a heel, and he has the whole company behind him.
The heel who acts like the biggest babyface ever.
Exactly, who is still also a heel because he beat up Dean Ambrose. He then undid the announce table, got back in the ring, got dirty deeds, and Dean Ambrose held up the belt in what was a weak ending, I guess, which was weird. Yeah.
So, we have Roadblock this Saturday.
Yeah, we have Roadcock Block this Saturday.
Okay, main event, assuming it's going to be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, it's going to be Triple H versus Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose, yes.
Please don't beat Dean. Like, he really can't fucking handle it.
Well, you know, okay, if it's not going to be a, how would I say? If Triple H isn't going to pin him clean, it's going to be a disqualification or something stupid.
Oh, fuck, that'd be, yeah, whatever. That's the only way you can do it. Just, like, I'd say go just finish this shit with Roman Reigns, for fuck's sake. Just get it over with. Just, like, it's like a Band-Aid. Just, like, rip it. Just do it in one fell swoop. Just rip it off and just let him be champion and just let him just realize that he's not the fit, or maybe he is the fit. Just let him just do it. Like, quit just going on and on and on about it. Like, the storyline is getting really old. I'm tired of seeing Roman Reigns for years.
I mean, if you ask me, what more can they really do? He's been fighting against the odds. He's been doing handicap matches. He's
beat Sheamus, the, like, only guy that they would rather boo than Roman Reigns is Sheamus.
You know, he had a featured storyline with Vince McMahon. He punched Vince McMahon. He did all this. Like, what more? And the people are still chewing him out and crucifying him whenever he comes out. So what more can you do?
They really don't want them shoved down their throat, I guess.
Like, that's really annoying. I don't understand. They're so bullheaded. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
You look at every single high-profile superstar.
What the fuck link do they have? Are they really? This is the link they have to go to make Triple H champion in 2016. That's the link that they have to go to get Roman Reigns over, which isn't even fucking working because Triple H is more over than he is.
Would you prefer Triple H or Sheamus?
As world champion?
Yes.
I choose Sheamus. I'd rather get current talent. I know he's terrible. Not terrible, but I'd rather get current talent. I'd rather get current talent over than Triple H.
So you'd rather go with that than something tried and true that's
Yeah.
already established, other than freaking Sheamus, who has no business holding that belt.
Well, yeah, maybe if he was booked correctly, he could have some business, but like,
I mean, he's been here since 2009. I mean, what's the excuse? He's been here for almost
the
6 years.
shitty booking and the 50-50 booking and stuff like that, and this his stupid gimmick of
Yeah.
being Sheamus, I guess, which is his gimmick.
The characters don't evolve. That's the problem.
This is true. Kofi Kingston, that's why he has not had really any success until New Day kind of deal, because
Exactly.
he was the same character for too long.
But other than that, after the main event, or not after the main event, before the main event, we have.
Oh yeah, we have Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar, which that was the initial WrestleMania 32 match they were gonna have for Brock Lesnar because they teased it at the Royal Rumble.
Well, I mean, that's weird, because what are they going to do, ban the Wyatt family from ringside or something?
Yeah, why wouldn't the Wyatts? I don't know. I don't know.
Because Bray doesn't stand a chance.
This
So,
is true.
What is this?
Maybe it'll be a fun little match for just Brock Lesnar just to get squashed by Braun Strowman.
You can't have Bray Wyatt fight Brock Lesnar because people won't believe it and win. You
Hey,
can't
Savage,
have...
let's not take this as a negative. Let's take this as a positive because maybe Braun Strowman will go out there and just get the living shit beat out of him
Again,
by Brock.
I know.
Yes, Brock and Strowman go at it again. Let's do it. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see some shoot punches by Brock Lesnar and just beat this dumbass over his big head.
Why don't you just have a shoot at WrestleMania?
That'd be fine. Fucking Braun would get destroyed by Brock Lesnar. That'd be
He's like
hilarious.
a big teddy bear. He doesn't look like he means to hurt anybody or anything like
Just
that.
accidentally bear hugs you too. Oh, I'm so sorry. You okay?
Sorry, he's Lenny from Mice and Men.
That's what I said. You know, this match seems really out of place, but for the NXT Championship, Enzo and Cass versus the Revival.
That came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm,
I don't really watch NXT all that much, so I really can't say.
I like Enzo and Cass, but just to see them like in a WWE ring with the Revival, which is one of the most generic tag teams in the entire planet I've ever seen, just generic heel team number 4. Like,
I understand if they had like a special gimmick or something where they were like crushing people's necks and always attacking people backstage and something. I can see that, but they're just not that. So.
yeah, maybe like I'd rather see Gable and Jordan, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
Of course we would, but let's not get the best stuff on something like Roadblock.
I know, like, remember at the One Japan show, it was Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship, and now we get the tag team titles, which it seems like really kind of out of place.
Yeah.
And Enzo and Cass versus the generic Revival team, which is probably not good. Because, just like, I don't know, maybe... I bet Enzo and Cass will, of course, be received very well, but I couldn't really care for the Revival because their gimmicks are just too bland for me.
Of course.
So
what
I
else?
think that's all the matches booked for right now for Roadblock. We still have SmackDown on Thursday. Well, tapings are going on right now, right?
Yeah, they should be.
Okay.
The
Well-
tapings are usually pretty late for SmackDown. So.
Yeah. What else? Oh, WrestleMania 32 card. We got Brock and Dean. What, in a no holds barred or street fight or something like that?
Yeah, it's a no holds barred street fight.
That should be entertaining.
It's both of them. It's not one of them. It's both.
Oh, yeah. You know, I never want to hear street fight ever again.
Why is
Because
that?
what they do at house shows, they'll just say like a Chicago or a Dallas street fight or a junkyard street fight. It's just a match where you just use weapons. Like,
Now, if it was an actual street fight, now here's what would be really cool. If they had
old school SmackDown, shut your mouth street fight.
Yeah, like where they have a whole bunch of cars and Superstar like surrounding them, and they all.
WCW hardcore match where they head out to the barn with Terry Funk on the Armadillo Ranch or something crazy like that.
And they're just in the parking lot with a whole bunch of cars around them, and they're both armed with lead pipes, and they both have their wrists taped up and just jeans.
Oh yeah, like the one of the best like street fight angles I can think of was like Chris Jericho versus CM Punk, where they're wearing the street clothing, like just that kind of feel. I don't know why they wrestled like a straight match with their gear on. This seemed kind of stupid, but
It was pretty much a standard fight with better psychology put into it. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm excited to see this. Like Dean Ambrose, like how much more street is he gonna get? Like I think Brock Lesnar should just come out in his hunting gear with a sniper and just shoot Dean, just take him down, and put him on his truck and take him home, like, and just fucking hang him up on his wall. I hope he'll do that. We got Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh boy, that can be wild. I can only imagine. Okay, Shane is basically going to be Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, Bad Blood 1997, where Undertaker going to get 90% offense.
Oh yeah, probably.
And bloody up Shane.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to see Shane just bloodied and lying and just broken and beat and dead. I don't know why I'm looking forward to that so much, but I just am.
Because Taker, it's WrestleMania, it's a big fight feel. Do you honestly, alright, in your own personal opinion, do you believe we'll see a high spot in this match? Where Shane will climb up on top of the cell and put Undertaker on the announce table and jump off with an elbow? Do you think he'll do something like that?
Yeah. Or yeah, I think something like that will happen.
Yeah, that'll be amazing, because...
I'm excited for this, for some reason.
Because you know this isn't going to be a straight finish. We all know that.
Yeah, this build for this match is fucking terrible.
It is.
The reason for this match is just dumb. They just need a key market match. They just need a key match going on besides the world title match.
Yeah.
They're just like, we need something big. Well, Taker, you're our guy. And we got Shane here who's willing to fucking jump off a goddamn cell, and he's 45 years old.
He'll probably break his neck, but... You know, it's all for the sake of entertainment, so...
Hell yeah, thanks, Shane. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, as of right now, it's Triple H versus Ronald Reigns.
There's no one I've spoken to in person who are wrestling fans who are interested in this match. I actually had a conversation with one of my old friends from high school, and they told me I think WrestleMania is going to suck this year.
Last year didn't seem like it was going to do too well, but I thought it was okay.
That's true. That is true, actually. But then again, you had Sting, you had freaking dang, you didn't.
Yeah, Brock versus Roman.
You
had the multi-man ladder match for the IC title. You had Rusev versus Cena for the US title.
That's true. Yeah, you had those things.
Or Rusev. Okay, so that's pretty much WrestleMania 32. We don't have a lot of information on that. We only have 3 match books. But we're gonna the night before WrestleMania, April 2nd. It's WWE Hall of Fame. As of right now, I think we have Sting, the Big Boss Man, and the Freebirds inducted. Right?
Yep.
Is there anyone else?
Who do you think gonna induct Boss Man?
I hope Hulk Hogan does.
I hope Akeem the African Dream. I hope he does. They're part of the Twin Towers back in the day.
Oh my God.
Oh no! How about Big Show?
Yeah. Then just choke slams him through the. No, he's dead. I forget.
Big Show is going to induct. He's going to induct him.
Why'd you make fun of my? Why'd you steal my dad's coffin in WCW, you asshole? Wasn't that a gimmick where his dad died or whatever, and he like rode off with the coffin?
Exactly, and then Big Show jumped on top of it.
Was that in WCW?
No.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. There's been rumors of Jacqueline as the girl for the Hall of Fame. How do you feel about that?
Wait, say that again?
Jacqueline for WWE Hall of Fame.
I hope R-Truth inducts her because they dated.
On NXT, not a lot of news going on there. Austin Aries debuted. We also have Sami Zayn's return to the main roster. You didn't mention that on the Raw report. But it looks like he's going to be feuding with Kevin Owens. It'd be awesome to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Just a good match on WrestleMania, but we'll see.
Yes, it would be.
And tomorrow night on Lucha Underground, you got for the main event will be for the Lucha Underground Championships. It's going to be Mil Muertes versus Prince Puma versus Pentagon Jr. I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be able to, Thursday, I'll be able to catch up, watch last week's episode and this week's episode back-to-back, so that'll be really fun.
Who do you think is going to capture the gold?
I have a feeling that, I don't know. I'm not too sure on this one because I'll have to watch last week's episode because I think Puma and Pentagon Jr. faced off again in the main event. And Prince Puma, it seems like they're pushing Pentagon this year, this season compared to last season. They're pushing him to the absolute moon.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm guessing the whole thing with Vampiro didn't happen.
No, it did. They're still based off that storyline.
Was that a dream or something for Vampiro where Like, he's taking medication, I know that.
Well, pretty much what the thing is that Vampiro. It's not Vampiro at the commentary booth. It's pretty much Ian. Ian Hodgkinson's whatever his real name is.
Okay, the alter ego thing. Okay.
And Vampiro tricked Ian into falling into the trap of Pentagon Jr. And they pretty much Vampiro and Pentagon Jr. planned out that you're gonna face Ian and you're gonna beat him so bad that Ian's gonna go bye-bye and Vampiro's gonna come back out. But he went to a mental hospital between between season 1 season 2, and pretty much Ian came back, and it's kind of like a fight for I guess control over Ian's body and mind.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting storyline. I love Vampiro. He's cool.
I loved them back in WCW 2000.
Oh yeah, with Sting matches. With
Sting, I love that. that was a really underrated feud. I
agree. I like those. It was very entertaining.
But
all
yeah,
right.
that we have
UFC 196. Conor McGregor loses to Nate Diaz after a very controversial weigh-in kind of dealio.
Yep.
McGregor was fighting at 185, which is awesome, and his belt's at 145. So good job, UFC. Miesha Tate beat Holly Holm for the Bantamweight Championship. Even better news. Bellator 149. Roy Gracie beat Ken Shamrock in the main event.
And a rematch from 1993.
That was the third one, correct?
Yeah. Well,
yes.
Yeah, it was in 1993. They had a fight. Royce Gracie was relatively new to UFC. That was his third fight, I believe. And he beat Ken Shamrock with a rear naked choke like he did almost 20 years, well, over 20 years later.
Alright, here's the great part. Let me explain this. Savage does not know about Dada 5000 versus Kimbo Slice. There's a documentary on Netflix about pretty much street fighting. Like, pretty much a bunch of guys in a backyard and just watching two guys just beat the fuck out of each other. Bare-knuckle punching. Dada 5000 went through weeks of hardcore training. His hardcore training included of not drinking water for about days, possibly weeks. When he went into the fight extremely dehydrated, his diet only included bananas and maybe something else. So he went in with a very high potassium, dehydrated. The fight lasted maybe 10-15 minutes. Like, you want to know who won? Kimbo Slice won via Dada 5000 passed out from exhaustion. These guys put on a fucking horrendous fight. These guys did not train correctly. Dada 5000 was winded the fuck out. Kimbo Slice, who's been doing this shit for years, was winded the fuck out early on in the fight. That you expected like just a big knockout like right at the beginning, like these freak show type of fights. That's what you pretty much get. When you're gonna pay for two big black guys who are pretty big, not overweight, but just big guys. You don't expect them to go at one another in a back and forth fight and chain wrestling or anything like that, or chain holds. You expect a big knockout, but there was just chain wrestling. They just hugged each other for a long time. I think Kurt Angle was in the crowd as well, so I'm sure he was very pleased.
I read an article that said he almost died after the fight.
Yeah, I'm not done yet. So Dada 5000, after he was exhausted, he went into cardiac arrest.
Oh.
So they got an ambulance. He died on the way to the hospital inside of the ambulance. He died because of this fucking fight with Kimbo Slice.
And then came back.
Savage, I'm gonna need you to watch this fight. I'm gonna need you a written report by 8 a.m. tomorrow, sir.
Gosh.
This fight was fucking bad. You can watch the full fight on YouTube somewhere.
I'll do that.
It is horrendous. I know we don't cover a lot of MMA stuff, but we try to stay in the loop for you guys. But just Dada 5000 and Kimbo Slice was just a horrendous.
I hope they have a rematch.
I hope they have one. I hope it's a death match.
Hope he'll with barbed wire ropes.
No, they just keep going until the other guys win it out.
They should freaking up the ante with MMA and put like traps and stuff in the mat.
Bear traps, do it.
Robot fighting, like how they have saws and like flame pits, and they should.
There you go. You can see Savage is an avid viewer of MMA.
They really need to do that.
All right. So I think that's pretty much all the news and stuff we got to cover.
What about it's 24-inch Python?
Oh yeah, we can talk about Hulk Hogan and the Gawker lawsuit. Hulk Hogan, he's in trial right now with Gawker for releasing the video of him having sex with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. who claimed that he wasn't going to film them having sex, but he filmed it, and it's on the internet. And,
how does a conversation like that come up? You promise you won't...
You named it. He's a cuck.
Right?
You named it. He's a cuck.
Yeah, he's a cuck. Like, he says, I promise I won't record this.
Bubba the love cuck.
Or... he records it anyway. Like, how do they even talk about recording it?
They're best friends. They're best friends. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. Cuck Sponge.
They talked about, in the trial, talked about Hulk Hogan's wife, how she just shamed him for being bald. That's why he's so embarrassed. That's why he wears the do-rag all the time, because he's
I thought it was hot.
Oh, no. Because, he's shamed for being bald.
So it's self-esteem?
Yeah, pretty much. His first wife just shamed him too much for having him being bald. That's why his old wife, whatever, from the show... Remember, everyone knows Hulk, or Hulk knows best, or whatever. His wife on the show, that's why she left him, because he was too old, and he couldn't move as quickly anymore. So then the Hulkster is lying about his 10-inch penis and stuff like that. Lying on the stand. I believe he said something about Andre slamming him at a certain amount of weight or something like that, and lied about that as well. So he's lying on the stand pretty much.
Not really. I mean,
I know, but
because
still.
he said they were talking about Hulk Hogan's wee-wee, not Terry Bollea's wee-wee.
Yes, there you go.
So they're two different people.
This guy's fucking crazy. Hulk Hogan's fucking insane. I just gotta get that. So, do you know anything about the Gawker lawsuit?
No, I do not. No current update other than Hogan on the stand talking about his 24-inch wee-wee.
Yes, he claimed it was 10 inches, or Hulk Hogan's.
Hulk Hogan has 10 inches.
How long do you think Terry Bollea's penis is?
Probably 7 feet.
7 feet. All right, that's a rough estimation. I hope Randy Savage just eventually turned into his penis, and it's just Randy Savage as his penis.
It's too cold to hold, too hot to handle, too sweet to be sour.
Oh yeah. Bonesaw's ready. Okay, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching very much. You can find me on Twitter at 97JohnnyBoy. You can find Savage on Twitter as well. His Twitter handle is...
DragonTamer109. I never post anything, so...
Follow him anyways. You can find our YouTube channels in the description. I upload a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of wrestling stuff as well. Go ahead down there and see if something you can like. I can guarantee if you look through the tons of archives through my channel, you'll be able to find something enjoyable to watch. Same thing with Savage. He's an avid... wrestling fan, along with a couple other things. Savage, what do you got going up on your channel?
Right now, I'm working on a versus video. I have John Paul Valley versus Azriel Michael Lane. That should be up, hopefully before the end of the week.
Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to comment, discussion, stuff like that. We'll try to keep up with you with the discussions and everything like that. We really appreciate all the support, and see you guys later. Goodbye!